Hello and welcome to part 2 of Try Me. As I said in the first video, it's on UFO's Lights Out album. It's what has to be termed a power ballad, and a pretty good one at that. A brief word about the equipment, Michael's first then mine. It's thought that on this he used a Tom Scholz Walkman, so if anyone has never seen that, it's like a Sony Walkman, except you plugged your guitar into it. And it was incredibly well thought out because it had a clean sound, fairly raunchy, Stonesy sound, and then a high gain sound. Well, high gain for the era. It also had a delay sound or a chorus sound, so you got a variety of sounds, and you could certainly record the whole album with it. That's the first part of his solo. I believe for the second part, or I deduce from listening to it from the second part, he used his usual Marshall 50. I don't think he had the half-cocked wah sound that he quite often had on this. So this is Marshall 50, maybe a lot of echo, reverb on the desk. So first half Rockman, second half Marshall. What I'm using is a Charvel Warren de Martini signature. It's got one specially wound pickup, which I almost know what that is, thanks to Robert Wilson in Guitar. And I'm playing through a little Line 6 practice amp, like pretty much everybody has in their house. So I'm playing at like 1 watt. It's not loud at all, but that's probably for the better, because I'm going to try and go through the parts. So the basic thrust of the song is in C minor, and it's C minor to B flat. So it goes like this. So you see that progression, C minor, B flat, A flat, that progression. And it means when the chorus comes in, when Phil sings Try Me, it can go to E flat. Like that. After 2 verses, there's a guitar solo that's effectively in 3 parts. One is through the Rockman, 1 guitar, next bit through the Rockman, 2 guitars, next bit Michael's anthemic stadium solo, which is fantastic. So here's the first part. Now, all these notes are on the C minor scale, so if you can familiarise yourself with you can find all the notes, and of course that scale is exactly the same notes as E flat major. You know, so that's your one scale. There's no flat 5s, there's no flat 9s or anything like that. There's a couple of twists and turns though. So, first line, down to G via E flat. Bend to C to D. Same again, but a lovely little bend. Just a sweet half step bend. And then Michael plays this. Except he doesn't. The C is played from a B flat, and it's a slow, languid bend, and it goes like this. There's then a partial arpeggio that goes. And back to the beginning. Now, the eagle-eyed viewer will notice that I actually added a third harmony in the first part of this video. But for the interests of accuracy, let's just play what's on the record. So here's the second part, but the first note is now this. So we've got B flat over G. We've got that. Down to D, B flat. And you'll notice that descending pattern. It's very similar to Gary's pattern in Parisian Walkways. It's a minor scale, descending sequences of notes, and the first note is going down a tone every time. So you've just got harmonise with D, B flat, E flat, there's that E flat note, back to G, and then the tail out, E flat, D, C. Then comes Michael's anthemic solo. First part is all in octaves, so it starts with C and C. Okay. 3, up to the D, slide up to E flat, then slide up to the G, and then back to F. So you see the choice of notes is 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. That, but it's played in C and C, an octave. 3, 4, and then we're into 8th fret pentatonic C minor territory. And Michael plays this. Well, it's pretty straightforward. You know, bend the F, play the G, and up to C. Next part. Now that is an F note which comes from the E flat, but in the style of Andy Powell, it's bent a fraction between the numbers, if you like. So it's okay, then it's almost like a blues lick, like that kind of lick, where it goes. Then that's a nice choice of notes. Again, I find that very reminiscent of an Andy Powell kind of that kind of note. You know. Back to the pentatonic. So again, that's just, you know, riffing on that shape. Then pretty soulful. So we're playing a lick that most people know. That lick. Coming to the end. Well, that's a beauty. Bend that note, the F. Fret E flat F. That's bending E flat down to C. And then that's the end. And he plays a B flat, where you'd expect it to be a C. It's very, but it does look good. effectively making the last chord, instead of C minor, making it a C minor 7th. That one. So that's Michael's solo. It's one of my favourites of his, and I have many. I hope that's helpful. I hope a lot of you want to learn that solo. Again, it's definitely one you could play in a bar, even if you had two guitars, because one guitar could play the keyboard part. If you're doing it with a three-piece, it still can be done, but as I say, you'd have to play the double stops out. Like that, so you wouldn't get the whole twin lead harmony effect, but yeah, it could be done. So, most importantly, I hope you have fun watching that and you get something for it. See you soon.